Hi, I'm Scott Olson, co-founder of LTCshop.com and author of Long-Term Care Insurance Now. This year, we're sharing 26 client profiles in 2026. These are not hypothetical examples. These are real people, real policies, real premiums, and real health histories. I'll explain why I recommended one policy over another and how each decision was made. In the last episode, I discussed Jason, a married male, age 40, and in this episode, we'll look at Barbara, a widow, age 83. Now, not every 83-year-old should buy insurance to help pay for home care or care in a facility. First off, most 83-year-olds have too many health problems and they can't qualify for a policy. Secondly, at least half of retirees should not buy any type of long-term care insurance because they can qualify for Medicaid-funded long-term care. Now, every week, I get a call or an email from someone who wants to buy long-term care insurance for their parent. I always ask this question. I said, well, what prompted you to look into long-term care insurance for your parent? Nearly every time I get a similar answer. It sounds like, well, my dad just had a stroke and he'll need to be in a nursing facility for the rest of his life. Or my mom's getting forgetful and it's not safe for her to live alone anymore. Sadly, I have to tell them that it's too late. They can't buy any type of long-term care insurance for their parent. Fortunately, that was not the case with Barbara. Her son, we'll call him Bob, reached out to me and explained that he was looking into getting long-term care insurance of some kind for his mom. We discussed her health. Her health was not perfect. She did have a history of depression and anxiety. She had a thyroid condition, and she had an essential tremor. Now, it was not Parkinson's, the tremor. She had a neurologist, and they had determined it was not Parkinson's. But the medication she took for the essential tremor was considered an uninsurable medication by most of the insurance companies. Fortunately, I was able to find a highly rated company over 150 years old that could insure her. After several phone calls and emails with Barbara and her son, we narrowed down the policy benefits and we completed an application for her. The application took about 20 minutes. The insurance company reviewed her application along with her prescription drug report. And the underwriter had a very short, about a 5-minute, 6 or 7 minute interview with Barbara over the phone to verify a couple things on the application. And that was it. Her policy was approved in only 5 business days. Now, what did she get and how much did it cost? Well, she's 83. It wasn't cheap. Her policy has a total of $216,000 of benefits. Half of the benefits can be used for care at home. The other half of the benefits can be used for care in a facility. But the policy can be restored, and that means that you can use it more than once if you recover. So the lifetime cap is actually $216,000 of home care benefits and $216,000 of facility care benefits. Her monthly premium is $688. Now, we talked about Jason in the last episode. How are Jason's and Barbara's policies similar? How are they different? Well, they're similar in a couple ways. First of all, both their policies, can pay benefits for care received at home or care received in a facility. And that decision is made by the policyholder along with their family and their doctor. Both of their policies used simplified underwriting. And that's important when someone has a chronic illness. Now, Jason's policy starts off with $219,000 of benefits, but it will grow significantly due to the 5% compounding. Barbara's policy starts off with $216,000 of benefits, but there's no inflation protection included in her policy. Jason's policy uses benefit eligibility requirements that meet the federal guidelines for long-term care insurance. He can qualify for benefits if he needs assistance with 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, or if he has a severe cognitive impairment and needs to be supervised for health and safety reasons. Barbara's policy uses benefit eligibility requirements that are similar, slightly different, but nearly identical to the federal guidelines. How do their policies differ? Well, the biggest difference between the two policies is that Jason's policy has the 5% compound inflation protection. His policy benefits will double about every 14 years. Barbara's policy has no inflation protection. The cost to add the inflation protection didn't make much sense for an 83-year-old. It just didn't pass the cost-benefit analysis. Jason's premium can be tax deductible within certain age-based limits. Barbara's premium is not tax deductible. Barbara's premium is not tax deductible. Jason's policy includes all the consumer protections required to be a federally qualified long-term care insurance policy. Barbara's policy is technically called a limited benefit policy, what I call in my book a recovery policy, or what is often referred to as a short-term care policy. I don't like to call these policies short-term care policies because when they're designed well, they often have more benefits than the average long-term care insurance policy. They both got good policies with good benefits at a reasonable premium from strong insurance companies. Now, whether you're 40 or 83 or somewhere in between, you can get a customized quote. There's no cost, there's no phone number required, there's no need to speak with an agent. Just answer a few easy questions, and within 24 hours, I or one of my associates will email you a customized quote for a real long-term care insurance policy.